there. So today we're gonna do a little bit of this triple straight stitch for our little antennae and for the little teeth on our squirrel for our block of the month. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So the first thing is to find the actual stitch that we're going to need. Almost every single sewing machine out there has this stitch. It's going to be number 5 here. It looks like 3 little lines. Even on this very simple Burnett here, we have a triple straight stitch here. On this one we would go into the stretch stitch mode in order to get that. You'll notice even, here it is. And on some of the machines it actually doesn't look like triple straight stitch. So on this Bernina, I happen to know it's number 6. It looks a little heavier, but it doesn't have the 3 lines. So the first thing you need to remember is to definitely use some stabilizer underneath this. Anytime you're doing applique or decorative stitches, stabilizer is going to make a big difference. If you don't use stabilizer, let me pick my stitch here, you're going to get kind of a wadded up mess. Especially on this awful muslin that we have here. Let's see, it's very puckered. You'll notice right away that it's going to look a lot better with the stabilizer. So don't forget your stabilizer. It makes a big difference. I always tell people that. See? Much different. So I'm going to be turning curves here for the antennae. The stitch length that I've got here is pretty long. In order to get that good curve without going I'm going to actually make a shorter stitch length than what I have right now. I'm going to go down to about a 2 1/4 on this machine. I could play around with that and find something different. And because the stitch, you might want to play around with the stitch a little before you go on to your real project, but you'll notice it goes forward, backward, forward, backward, forward, backward. So it's like a waltz here. It goes forward, backward, forward, forward, backward, forward. So that is kind of my thing. But right now, you have to figure out whether it's in the middle of the stroke or not. So on some machines, you can actually make it start at the very beginning. This one, there's a way to do that. But if I pick a different stitch a lot of times and I come back, it'll start over at the very beginning. So that's a good way to know that. So let's just go ahead and start here. I'm going to do my knee lift. My knee lifter here is very helpful when I'm doing anything like that, so I can raise and lower my foot without having to move my hands. I'm going to go triple, triple, triple. And when I need to pivot, then I can pivot. And see, notice that I want to pivot on that third one. 1, 2, 3, pivot. 1, 2, 3, pivot. Because if I pivot in the middle, I'm going to get gaps. I'll show you. If I pivoted right now, well, I didn't. But if you pivot at the wrong spot, you'll end up getting a gap. So pivot always at the end of the third stitch there. And then instead of using a thread cutter on this, I typically will bring my needle up with my needle up button so that I have a longer tail, so that I can just bring it to the back and either tie it off or leave it kind of long, and then I don't have to worry about it going away if I have the really short thread cutter tail. So usually I just trim it long and not worry about it. And there's my little antennae. And we also did that for the teeth on the squirrel. And this is an example of something I did a really long time ago. I did all these words with that. And the thread, by the way, that I want to use, you definitely want to use at least your regular weight cotton thread. So the cotton silk finish from Metler is good. It's a 40 weight, 50 weight. But a lot of times, if I really want it to show up, I will use a 40 weight cotton thread because it will show up a whole lot better. And if I'm getting real super fancy, I might stick some fray check on that to keep it from coming loose in the wash and all that. But that's how we do it. Thanks for tuning in, and we shall see you soon. Bye.